What went wrong with India and Hinduism? Our history is a Cinderella story, except we did not have a fairy godmother to save us. Let us study the details step by step. After the rule of Mughal Empire, 1526 to 1707 CE, as Raj, 1858 to 1947 CE, India was completely changed. The very first Governor General of India, Warren Hastings, 1773 to 1785 CE, did a very cunning job for Indians to hate each other by ruling Hindus, Sikhs, Buddhists and Jains by Anglo-Hindu law and Muslims with Sharia laws. History of India is connected with the history of Hinduism. So, let us briefly discuss about Hinduism. There is no word Hindu or Hinduism in any of the Hindu scriptures. Original name of Hinduism is Sanatana Dharma. Sanatana means eternal and Dharma means duties or righteousness. It was Persians who migrated to India during 6th century BCE who gave the name Hinduism, meaning the religion of people who live near the banks of river Indus. In Persian, the letter H and S are pronounced almost the same, so they mistook the word Sindhu, Sanskrit name for the river Indus, to H and then started calling Hindus and Hinduism. Anglo-Hindu law. Words like Hindu and Hinduism stuck after the first British Governor General Warren Hastings, 1773 to 1785 CE, enforced Anglo-Hindu law to rule Hindus in India. Warren Hastings did everything based on divide and rule policy to drive apart religious communities, thereby promoting violence between them. The divide and rule policy of India continued until Viceroy Mountbatten ruled India until 1947. He never believed India can come together as a great country after independence on August 15, 1947. Reference: Freedom at Midnight book. Mountbatten, like Manthra and Kekai in the Ramayana, literally forced Jinnah to divide India to Pakistan and India. He also gave all Rajas in India the freedom to either join Pakistan or India or stay as an independent state. India became one country because of the tireless efforts of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, 1875 to 1950 CE, and Rao Bahadur VP Menon, 1893 to 1965 CE. Westerners rewrote our Indian history, and with blinders on our eyes, we believed everything they taught us. Authors like Max Muller, 1823 to 1900, propagated the idea Indians need foreigners to take care of them since they cannot think for themselves. Sadly, great contributions to science and technology by Indians were not recognized in Indian history. For example, West called Hindu numeral system by name Hindu-Arabic numeral system. The British rule of India lasted for 190 years and the Mughals' rule of India lasted for 331 years. The two together last just 521 years. Sadly, Indian history textbooks are giving importance to those years and ignoring the teachings about Guptas, Mauryas, Cholas, Cheras, Pallavas, Peshwas, Marathas, Sikhs, Vijayanagara, to name a few. West promoted Greek astronomy but never mentioned the Surya Siddhanta, the treatise about Indian astronomy in which all kinds of astronomical calculations were made thousands of years ago before Greeks without even a telescope. The Pythagoras theorem is mentioned in the Budhyana Sulbha Sutra of India, which was written between 800 and 400 BCE. Nevertheless, the theorem came to be credited to Pythagoras. Pythagoras is credited as the first Greek to think the earth spherical, but long before Pythagoras, Indians knew earth is spherical. The Varaha avatar of Lord Vishnu is depicted as holding up the earth with its tusk in the Hindu Puranas long before Pythagoras' discovery. Surya Siddhanta, literally meaning sun treatise, is an amazing book written during 4th and 5th century CE. Some say it is millions of years old, with 14 chapters dealing with astronomy. The Surya Siddhanta describes rules to calculate the motions of various planets and the moon relative to various constellations and calculates the orbits of various astronomical bodies. According to the Surya Siddhanta, a Sanskrit treatise in Indian astronomy in 14 chapters, Kali Yuga began at midnight 12 on 18th February 31,002 BCE. According to the Surya Siddhanta, smallest division of time is Thruti, which is 1 by 33750 seconds or 29.6296 microseconds. Who are the Aryans? Sounds like $1 million question. Why, of all the nations in the world, India alone is historically known as Aryavarta, the land of the Aryans? If Aryans really came from Europe or elsewhere, those countries too should have been known as the same name, Aryavarta. The word Arya, noble, is probably one of the most misused, misunderstood and misinterpreted words in recent times. No one is sure how the word came into existence, but after Hitler adapted the word to denote pure German race, the word became synonymous with racism. The myth of Aryan invasion of India. Recipient of the prestigious Padma Bhushan Award, David Frawley, whom I met during 1992 BAPS Festival of India in Edison, NJ, have written an excellent book, The Myth of the Aryan Invasion of India. The theory of the Aryan invasion was first put forward by Western scholars like Max Muller during the colonial age of 1850s. It maintained a race of European or Central Asian Aryans swept into the subcontinent, displacing the indigenous Indus Valley civilization. In a major challenge to the popular Aryan invasion theory, an Indo-US team of researchers during September 7, 2019 presented scientific evidence from the Harappan era to argue that such a large-scale migration from Central Asia to India never happened. What really happened in the Indus Valley? The excavation of the Harappa and Mohenjo-daro sites of the Indus Valley civilization during the 1920s showed that northern India already had an advanced culture when people migrated, not invasion, into the area through Khyber Pass from Iran, Pakistan, Afghanistan, etc. So, the theory changed from a migration of advanced Aryans towards a primitive aboriginal population to a migration of nomadic people into an advanced urban civilization. If you study the world history, you will read about the migration of nomads to civilized areas in the world happened all over the world. It happened in Greece, Rome, and even in Russia. Why did people come to India? Once upon a time, the Bharat, India, was indeed the land of milk and honey. It was the golden age of India during Gupta dynasty, 320 to 540 BCE period. Apart from that, we welcomed everyone from all parts of the world. We literally followed the words from the Upanishads. Aditi Devo Bhava, the guest is God. For example, during the Middle Ages, Kozhikode, Kerala, India was known the city of spices for its role as a major trading point of Indian spices. That is the reason why Vasco da Gama, Portuguese explorer, landed in Kozhikode on 20th May 1498. That is the reason why Apostle Thomas landed in Karanganore on the Kerala coast in AD 52. Even Christopher Columbus, 1451 to 1506 CE, only passion in life was to visit India, hoping to profit from the lucrative spice trade at Kozhikode. He started from Spain hoping to find a new route to India without going round the Cape of Good Hope. He went west and landed in America, 12th October 1492. Ancient India's contribution to science and technology. India or Bharat was able to contribute to the field of science and technology through centuries because Hinduism allowed absolute freedom of thoughts, actions among people, unlike what happened in the rest of the world. 1. Zero was invented by Aryabhatta 1476 to 550 CE. He is the author of several treatises on mathematics and astronomy. He also described the solar and lunar eclipses scientifically. Number 2. India invented numeral system which the world known as Hindu-Arabic numeral system. Number 3. First university in the world was established in Takshila in 700 BCE. Number 4. The value of pi was first calculated by Budhyana, who lived around 800 BCE, and he explained the concept of what is known as the Pythagorean theorem. He discovered this long before Archimedes. 5. Mathematical subjects like algebra and trigonometry were discovered by Indians. Quadratic equations were invented by Sridharacharya, 1025 CE. Ancient Indians' contribution to science and technology continued. 6. Bhaskaracharya, 1114 to 1185 CE, in his treatise Surya Siddhanta, calculated the time taken for the earth to orbit the sun to 9 decimal places, 365.258756484 days. 7. Ayurveda, which is a part of the Hindu Vedas, also is the earliest school of medicine in the world. Charaka, the father of medicine, consolidated Ayurveda 2500 years ago. 8. The great University of Nalanda, built in the 4th century BCE, was one of the greatest achievements of ancient India in the field of education. 9. The decimal system as well as place value system were developed in India during 100 BCE. 10. Sushruta, 6th century BCE, is the father of surgery. 2600 years ago, he conducted complicated surgeries like cesareans, cataract, artificial limbs, fractures, urinary stones, and even plastic surgery and brain surgery. The video you just watched was made by Ed Vishwanathan, who has written and published 3 international bestsellers: Am I a Hindu?, Amazing Secrets of Bhagavad Gita, and Amazing Secrets of Hinduism, which are used in many universities in USA and Canada, and have received rave reviews from many Indian newspapers and magazines, as well as from the Library Journal booklist magazines in the United States.